Our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days brings in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow you bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and one that I love doing thee injury. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp and triumph and with revelry.
Happy Methesius, our renowned Duke.
Greetings. How goes it with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter, Hermia. Send forth Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Send forth Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes, and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy. The bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweet meats, messengers of strong prevailment, in unheartened youth, with cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart. Turn her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn hardness. And my gracious Duke, be it so you will not hear, before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately available in that case.
So you, Hermia, be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god, one who composed your beauty, and one to whom you are but a form in wax by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but at this time wanting your father's voice. The other must be held worthier.
And would my father look but with my eyes?
Rather, your eyes must look with his judgment.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made so bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I do beseech your grace, that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to adjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if ye yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. Aye, in shady cloisters mured, living the barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed are those that master so their blood, but earthier, happier is the rose distilled than that withering on the virgin thorn grows, lives and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, I will be prepared to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for high austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crated title to my certain right. You have her father's love, Demetrius, let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Oh, scornful Lysander. True, he hath my love. What is mine? My love shall render him. And she is mine. And all my rights of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage as Demetrius. And which is more than all these boasts can be. I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nida's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoken thereof. But Demetrius, Aegeus, go along. I have some private schooling for you both. You, fair Hermia, look you fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the Lord of Athens yields you up to death, or the avowed single life. Come, my Hippolyta. What cheer, my love? Demetrius, Aegeus, go along. I shall employ you on some business against my nuptials, and wish to confer with you about something that concerns nearly yourselves. Come, Hippolyta.
Duty and desire, we follow you.
And now, my love, where's your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
But like for the want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me! For all that I could ever hear, could ever read by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to love.
or else miscrafted in respect of years,
Spite, too old to be engaged to young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, but to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were a sympathy in the choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as a dream. For it was the lightning in a collid night that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth. And ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true love has been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Let us teach our child patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancies followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
Oh, my good Lysander, I swear to you by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitted souls and prospers love, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Troyan as a sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Oh, look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again I'd say. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, a favour so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. With a wild mind, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
That your frowns could teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, but my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate him, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hated me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
No, but your beauty, with that fault of mine.
Take comfort. He shall no more see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then, will graces in my love do dwell, there he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to thee our mind we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the faded grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the woods where oft you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Oh, farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' dreams tomorrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu! As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know, and as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt.
I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, I have thanks it is a dear expense.
For herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First would be acquaints, say what the patrons, then call forth the actors, and so grow to a point.
Our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth the actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom.
Ready? Say what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a villain?
It is the lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. And for the rest, yet my chief humour is for a villain. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish face. This was lofty. Now, name the rest of the actors.
Francis Flute,
Here, Peter Quince.
you, Flute, must take this bit on you.
What's this bit? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus has loved.
Oh, yes, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall say it in a mask. And you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Ah, Thisbe, ah, Pyramus, my lover dear, my Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
No. You must needs play Pyramus and Flute, you Frisbee.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling,
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, and play Pyramus, mother. Tom Starch,
Here, Quince.
you, Pyramus' father, myself, Frisbee's father, Snug, you the lion's part, and I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
For I am slow of study.
Oh. We do it extemporary, for it is nothing but roaring.
For I am slow of study.
Let me play the lion's part too. I will roar, and it will make any man's heart glad to hear me. I will roar, and it will make the Duke cry, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you would do it too terribly that you would frighten the Duchess and the ladies and they would shriek. And that were enough to hang us all.
Aye, that would hang us, every mother's son. I grant you, friends, if you should frighten the ladies out of their wits, they would have little discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you as 'twere any nightingale.
No, you can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, as proper a man as one could meet on a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. And therefore you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it.
Now, masters, here
converse most obscenely and outrageously. Take pains. Be perfect. Adieu.
Spirit, will I wander you? Over hill, over dale, thorough brush, thorough briar, over park, over pale, thorough flood, thorough fire. I do wander everywhere! Swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensions be, in those gold coat spots you see. These be rubies, berry favours. In those freckles live their savours. I must go, seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, our love of spirits. I'll be gone. The queen and all her elves here coming on. Oh, the king doth keep us revels here tonight. Take heed, the queen come not within her sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because she is her attendant hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a change. And jealous Oberon will have the child, knighted as trade to trace the forest's wild. But she perforce withholds the lovely boy, crowns him with flowers, makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in glade or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square, and all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and make you white, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite from Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labour in the quern, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn? And sometimes make the to bear no balm, mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you in sweet pack, you do their work and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest all right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I have fat and bean fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. Sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in the very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks it against her lips, I bob on her with a dewlap, pour the ale, the wisest art, telling the saddest tale. Sometimes 3-foot stool mistaketh me, then slip I from her bum, down topple she, Taylor cries and falls into a cough, the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, waxen in their mirth, they knees and swear. Never a merrier hour was wasted there. But Brew Fairy, here comes Oberon.
Come here, my mistress.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash Walton. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin, sat all day playing on pipes of corn, and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest step of India, but that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress, and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love for Theseus. Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering light from Perigenia, who he ravished, and make him with fair Ides break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind, but with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The human mortals want their winter cheer. No night is now with hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And thorough this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hyam's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And the same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round, and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away! We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. I remember since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath, that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal thrown in by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. That I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon. And the imperial votaress passed it on in maiden meditation, fancy free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make all man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girl around the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she is asleep, and drop the litter in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it lion or bear, or wolf or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. There is Lysander and fair Hermia. The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldest me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, for I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, and yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather do I not in plainest truth tell you that I do not, nor I cannot love thee?
And even for that do I love you the more? I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worse a place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, and to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit. I am sick when I look upon thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one who loves you not. To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor that this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look upon me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. Mild hand makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay my conscience. Let me go. Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
I in the temple, in the town, in the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius. Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed and were not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Very well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Welcome, wanderer. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violets grow quite of a canopy with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometime the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enamelled skin weed wide enough to wrap her fairy in. With the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasy. Take thou some of it, and see through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it so the next thing he may see may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, and he may prove more fond upon her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me here ere the first cock crow.
Fair up, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come now, a roundel and a fair is on. Then for the 30 part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the muskrose buds, some war with rare mice for their leathern wings to make my small elves coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl, the nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your officers, and let me rest.
Thou seest, when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take, love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thine eye it shall appear when thou wakes, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. To speak truth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed. But I, upon this bank, will rest my head.
Once turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Mine
love takes the meaning in love's conference, I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms, interchained with an oath. Why then, two bosoms and a single troth? Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friends. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, to that fair prayer say I. And end life, when I end loyalty. Here is my... Here is my... Here is my bed. Sleep grant thee all his rest.
With heart that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none on whose eyes I might prove this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? It's of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. Realize the maiden, safe and sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul. She durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Sure, on thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid. Sleep his seat on thy island. For when you awake, I am gone. Now I must to Oberon.
Stay though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius!
I charge thee hence! Do not haunt me thus!
Oh, if thou dost leave me, do not so!
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I'm out of breath in this fun chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy be Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she has blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not salt tears. If so, mine are oftener washed than hers. No. I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. No marvel, therefore, Demetrius doth as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eye? But who is he? Lysander? On the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, away.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helen, nature shows art, and through thy bosom let me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? How fit a name with that vile word to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What? Though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though? Hermia still loves you, so be content.
Content? With Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve such scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never know nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth you do in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess I thought you
not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come thy Sander near. For as a serpent of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, all the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive. So thou, my serpent, and thy heresy of all be hated, but the most by me. In all my powers, address your love and might to honour Helen, and be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay me, for pity. What dream was here? Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander, Lord? What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound? No word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speakable loves! I swoon almost with fear. No, I perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
And here's a marvellous convenient place to rehearse our play. This green sward shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince, are we all met?
Yes. What sayest thou, Woody Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and his being for the name of please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
No, not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords. Pyramus is not dead indeed, and that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be writ in 6 and 8.
Oh no, give it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Oh, will not the ladies be afeard of the lion? Oh, I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves, for to place God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most fearful thing, for there is not a more dreadful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
No, he must name his name, and some part of his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he must speak thus, or to the same defect, ladies, I would wish you, or I would desire you, or I would entreat you, not to tremble, not to fear. If you think I am come here as a liar, it were as pity of my life. I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. And then he must stand forward and tell them plainly he is Snug.
I am Snug. Well, it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things. That is, we must bring moonshine into the great chamber. For, says the story, there are messengers be to talk by the light of the moon.
Does the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar. A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Well then, you may open a casement of the great chamber window where we perform our play, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or else one must come in with a lantern and bush of thorns and say that he comes to disfigure or to present the person's moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must build a wall in the great chamber for the lovers to talk through the chink of a wall.
Thou canst not bring in a wall. What sayest thou, Bottom?
Some man or other must present.
Aha!
And let him have about him some plaster or some rough cast or some lime to signify wall, and let him hold his fingers thus. 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 And through that chink shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Now, masters, spring yourselves and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you speak first. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and thus every man according to his cue.
And then Homespuns have his swaggering here. She's near the cradle of the fairy queen. What? Plays onward. I could be an orator. Or an actor too, perhaps. By see the course.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, thy flowers of odious savours sweet. Odors, savours sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice, stay thou but here a while, and by to thee I will appear. Stranger Pyramus than ever played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, must you? You must understand that he goes but to see a voice that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of you, of colour like the red rose on triumphant. Friar, most brisky juvenile, and most lovely Jew. As truest horse that yet would never tire. Now meet me, Pyramus, at his tomb.
Menelaus too, man. You must not say that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. Marry, you speak all your speech at once, cues and all. Pyramus, your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe. Why do they run away? This is a knavery to make me a feared.
Bonnet, what do I see on thee? Thou art transformed!
You see an asset of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. Well, I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I shall walk up and down here, and I will sing that they will hear I am not afraid. Ride a cock horse to Banbury Cross to see a fine lady upon a white horse with rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. She will have music wherever she goes.
word. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtues force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbours could not make them better friends.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. Yet, if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I should have enough to serve mine unturned.
Out of this wood, do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep, and I will purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom. Ready. Cobweb.
And I.
Mustard seed.
And I.
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees. And for night tapers, crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and to arise. Pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail.
Hail!
I cry your worship's mercies heartily. What's your worship's name?
Cobweb.
Ah, good Master Cobweb. I shall desire your more acquaintance. If I do cut my finger, I shall make bold use of you. Your name, good sir?
Peas blossom.
I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peascod, your father. Good Master Peasblossom, I shall desire your more acquaintance too. Your name, good sir?
Mustard seed.
Ah, good Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. I know that same cowardly, giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, some of your kindred hath made my eyes water. Good Master Mustard Seed, I should desire your more acquaintance.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue. Bring him silently.
Titania be yet awaked, then what it was that next came into sight, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night will now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Next to her close and concentrated vow, during a dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patchers, crude mechanicals, that worked for bread upon Athenian stores, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus' nuptial day, when the shell was thick-skinned on that barren sword, who Pyramus presented in their sport the suited sea, and entered in a break, when I did him at disadvantage take, and ass's knoll I fix it on his head. Anon, his Thisbe must be answered. And as such away his fellows fly. I led them on in this distracted fair, and left sweet Pyramus translated there, when at that moment so it came to pass to turn your weight, and straightway love an ass.
Tell me, how did I get that's the Athenian times with the love juices I did bid thee to?
I took him sleeping. That is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when she waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand aside, this is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For now I fear he's given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being all shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true until the day is he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping earlier? I believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the centre creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the Antipodes. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I. Pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Act, dog! Act, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience! Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Once, tell true, even for my sake, durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never had a stop!
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
Pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get left for?
A privilege! Never to see me more! That from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no!
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here therefore for a while will I remain. The sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow. The debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which in some slight measure it will repay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. For thy misprision must perforce ensue true love turned, and not a false turn true.
Fatal rules, one man holding truth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the woods go thou faster than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy 6 years, and pale of cheer, with sighs of blood that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion look thou bring her near. I'll charm his eyes, think she do appear.
I go, look how I go. Faster than an arrow from a Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hits with Cupid's archery, sink the apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and And the youth must not by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageancy? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand close, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I bow, I weep. A vow so born in their nativity all truth appears. Why should these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her up? Wait oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, putting two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
No, none in my mind. Now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her and loves not you.
Oh, Helen. Goddess. Nymph. Perfect. Divine. To what shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how rightly show thy lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow. And pure, shield, high, white Taurus snow, fanned by the eastern wind, turns to a crow. When thou holdest up thy hand, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
You Oh, hell! Now I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super-praise my parts when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise that conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin, or extort a poor soul's patience, or to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, I yield you up my part, and yours and Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do to my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep your Hermia. I will have none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest-wise sojourned. And now to Helen is it home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest I peril thou abide it dear. Where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, and from the eye his function takes. Here all quicker apprehension makes. Wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. Why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more regills the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bore thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now, I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Glorious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the sisters' vows we two have shared, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty Greece as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved, this you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do, persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths on me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But, fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death, or absence, soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
Do not call her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by all that I will lose for thee to prove him false, such as I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it to me.
Come.
Thunder, where do you tend all this?
Away you
Oh, no, he'll break loose, take on as he would follow. See, and yet come not. You are a tame man, go.
hang off, thou cat, thou bird, wild thing, let loose or I will take thee from me like a serpent. Oh.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Thy love, out tawny tartar, out loathed medicine, oh, hated potion hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had thy bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I will not trust thy word.
What? Shall I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Oh no, I hate her. I'll not use her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me wherefore? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me. Yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say.
I never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh, me. You just! You cat of London! You thief of love! What? Did you come by night and steal my love's heart from him?
Fine faith! Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit. You puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? We go to the game. Now I perceive she hath made compare between our statures, and with her personage she hath prevailed with him. Are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach into thine eyes.
I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. You perhaps may think that because she is something lower than myself,
Hard again! Oh!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did always keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stuff unto this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him, but he hath chid me hence and threatened to spurn me, strike me, nay, to kill me too. So now you will let me quiet go. To Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone! Who is it that hindered you?
What a foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius!
She shall not know you take her part.
Oh, she is out, she is
voices. Speak not to Helena, take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide. Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena. Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will no longer trust you, nor stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are quicker, though, to run
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries wilfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I would know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far proved blameless my enterprise that I had anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far proved blameless my sport. This dang I steam a sport. Oh.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, overcast the night. Starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog, as black as Acheron. And lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within the other's way. Like to Lysander, sometime frame thou thy tongue, and stir Demetrius up to bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius. And from one another wilt thou lead them thus, till death counterfeiting sleep o'er their brows, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye. Liquor hath this virtuous remedy, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they wake, all this derision shall seem but a dream and fruitless vision. Whiles I thee in this affair employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
Up and down, up and down, I will lead them up and down, for I am feared in field and town. Come, goblin, lead them up and down. Ooh, comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now!
Here, tall and red, where art thou?
I will be with thee straight!
Follow me then.
Follow me then to plain land.
Lysander! Speak again. Thou run away, thou coward! Art thou fled? Speak. In some bush! Where dost thou hide thy head?
Art thou riding to the stars? Till in the bushes out of the walls, and pull the pun? Come now, child, we will not. Into the fire, till sword me.
Yea. Art thou there?
Follow my voice. Not try now, man.
He goes before me, and still dares me on. When I come when he calls, he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I followed fast, but faster did he fly. As fallen am I, in dark and uneven way, and here will rest me. Come now, gentle dame, for if but once thou showest me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and avenge this spite.
Why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for when I watch, thou runnest before me, and head shifting every place, and dare not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mockest me. Thou shalt abide this dear if I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure up my length on this cold bed. Thy day's approach, Look to be visited.
Oh, weary night. Oh, long and tedious night. Abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from my own company.
Yet but three, come one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, worse than sad. Cupid is such a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew, torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield thy sunder if they mean a prey.
Sleep sound on the ground. I'll reply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. Now, when thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb shall be shown. Every man shall have his own. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man will have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bench, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head. Kiss thy fair large hands, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Ah, Monsieur Cobweb. Good Monsieur, get you your weapon in your hand, and kill me a red-haired tumblebee on the top of a thistle, and bring me the honey bag. Have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to see you overflown with honey. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Oh, ready.
Give me your leaf, good Monsieur. Oh, I pray you, leave your courtesy.
What's your will?
Nothing, but to help Monsieur Peas Blossom scratch. Methinks I must to the barber's, for I am grown marvellous hairy about the face. And as I am but a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle, I must scratch.
What? Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Oh, I have a reasonable ear for music. Let's have the tongs and the bows.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I desire a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek out the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather a handful or two of dried peas. I pray you, let not your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee,
thou this sweet sight? The dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favours for this hateful fool. I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she his hairy temples had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her a changing charm, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, waking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents. For there's a fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will awake the fairy queen. Be as thou was wont to be, see as thou was wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, mighty tongue, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon. What visions have I seen? Methought I was enamoured of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, and mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania, music call. And make more dead than common sleep of all these five the sense.
Music ho! Music such as charmeth sleep.
Now, when thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound music! Come, my queen, take hands with me and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. That thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly in Theseus' house down to my hall. There shall these pairs of lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Bury ye, attend and mark, for I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip me all night shade. We the world can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found, with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester. Since her observation is performed, since we have the vagrant of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley there. Let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find out the forester.
But stop, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander. This Demetrius is. This Helena. Old Nidar's Helena. I wonder at their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May. and hearing of our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But say, Aegeus, is this not the day that Hermes should give answer of the choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin the woodbirds to couple up now.
Pardon, my lord?
I pray you stand up. I know you two as rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord into the world? This hatred is so far from jealousy. To sleep by hate and fear no enmity.
My lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleep, half waking. But as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly I would speak. And now I do bethink me so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. If it is stolen away, Demetrius, they would thereby have defeated you and me. You of your wife, me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love for Hermia melted as the snow. Seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle god which in my childhood I did dote upon. All the faith and virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of my eye, is only Helena. To her was I betrothed, ere I saw Hermia, and like a sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Gentle lovers, you are fortunate met. And of this discourse we will hear more anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your wealth, for in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall be eternally knit. And as the morning now is something worn, our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see things with parted eye, where everything seems dull.
So methinks. And I found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Do you think we are still asleep? It seems to me that we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and did bid us follow him to the temple?
Yea, and my father.
And your father's son.
And then he did bid us follow to the temple. Well, then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let's recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. The next is most fair Pyramus. Most fair Pyramus. Hey-ho. Peter Quince. Flute. Snout. Snub. Starveling. Well, God's thy life. Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man, to say what dream it was. Man is but a patched fool if he will try to offer what we thought I saw. Methought I was, but there is no man can say what methought I was. Methought I was, and methought I had, but man is a patched fool if he will try to offer what methought I had. Man's eyes cannot hear, his ears cannot see, his hand cannot taste, nor his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write me a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called bottom's dream, because it has no bottom. And I will sing it at the latter end of a plan before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I will sing it at her death.
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It's not possible. Not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
And the best person too. And he is the very paramour for a sweet voice.
No, you must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Oh, masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords or ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Sweet bully bottom.
Where are these? Where are these hearts? Masters, I am to discourse true wonders, but ask me not what. Why? Because if I tell you, I am not true Athenian.
Tell us, sweet bottom.
Not a word of me. All I will say is that the Duke has died. Get you your apparel ready, new strings for your beards, new ribbons for your pumps, and look over your parts, for the short and the long is our play is preferred. Yes! In any case, let him that plays Thisbe have new linen, and let not him that play the lion pare his nails, for they must hang out for the lion's claws. And, most dear actors, eat not onions or garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt that we will hear them say, it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away. Go away!
More strange than true, I never may believe these antique fables or these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have got such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehends more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. The lover, all as frantic, sees hell's beauty in the brow of Egypt, and the poet's eye, in fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth to heaven, and as imagination bodies forth the form of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to every nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks of strong imagination, that if we apprehend the joy, we comprehend the bringer of that joy, or in the night, imagining some fear, bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, for witnesseth and fancies images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy. Joy, gentle lovers. Joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us waited your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now. What masks, what dances shall we have to wear away these long 4 hours after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? Are there no revels to hand over, no plays to beguile the lady time with some delight? Call Philostrate.
Philostrate!
Here, mighty Theseus.
What abridgments have you for us this evening? What masks, what music have you to beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are right. Make choice of which your highness prefers.
The Battle of the Centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch on the harp.
We'll have none of that. That I did tell my loving glory of my kinsman Hercules.
The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage.
Oh, that's an old device. That I did tell my love when I came from Thebes last as conqueror.
The thrice 3 muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary.
That's satire, keen and critical and not sorting with my nuptial ceremony.
A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth.
Tedious and brief, merry and tragical. That's hot ice and curious strange snow. How shall we get concord out of that discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play, there's not one word apt, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry 'tis the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men were working Athens here, who never laboured in their minds till now. And now to toil their unbreathed memory with this same play against your nuptial.
We will hear that play.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing. Nothing in the world. Unless you find sport in their intent, extremely stretch, and come with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, so nothing can be amiss when duty and simplicity do tender it. Go, bring them in, bring them in. Take your seats, ladies.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let them approach.
If we offend, it's without goodwill. The Duke should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then. Oh, we come not in despite. We are not here as meaning to content you. Our true intent is, all for your delight, we are not here. That you may hear repent you, the actors are at hand. By their show you shall know all that you would like to know.
This fellow doesn't stand on points.
He has put his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. The good not good moral, my lord, does not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he had played on his prologue like a child on a recorder. Sound, but not in governance.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired but all disorder. Who's next?
The chance he wondered at. But wonder on till truth makes all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know this beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and blood must represent all. That vile war which did the lovers sunder, for through walls, cheap walls, they weren't content to whisper on the which there's no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorns presented moonshine
in this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a cranny, nook, or chink through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, would whisper very secretly. This line, this rough cast, and these stones does show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And here the cranny is, right and sinister, which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discoursed.
Worms drills near the wall, Cyrus.
Oh! Oh, night with you so black. Oh, night Gemini when day is not. Oh, night, alack, I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, oh, wall, oh, sweet and lovely wall that stands between my father's ground and mine. Thou wall, oh, sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Oh. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well. Now, what see I? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked one, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones, for thus deceiving me.
The wall being sensible, we think, should curse again.
No, indeed, sir, he should not. Thus deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You will see. It will all fall out pat as I told you. Yonder she comes.
A wall. Full often when I move, for parting my dear Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones. Thy stones with hair and line.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe,
My love thou art, my love I think.
think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander I am trusty still.
And I, like Helen, to the fence me kill.
Not Shafalus to Procrus will say true.
As Shafalus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the whole of this vial.
Kiss the wall, soul, not thy lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's too meet me straightway?
Thy life, thy death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and therefore, wall, away doth go.
Silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best of its kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amends them.
It must be your imagination then and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they do of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. But here come two noble beasts, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor. Monstrous mouse. Oh,
best of the beasts that ever I saw.
All's well, let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He's no crescent, and his horns are not visible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. I myself, the man in the moon, do seek to be.
This is the biggest error above all the rest. The man should be in the lantern. How else can he be the man in the moon?
I'm a-weary of this moon. Would that he would change.
It would appear from his small light of discretion that he's on the way. In all reason, in all conscience, we must take the time.
Proceed, moon!
All I have to say is, this lanthorn is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush. This dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lanthorn, all these should be in the moon.
Silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where's my love?
Oh.
Well roared lion.
Well run, Thisbe!
Well shone moon. Surely the moon shines with a good grace.
Oh, well moused lion.
And so the land vanishing.
O moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious, golden, glittering beams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is this? Eyes, can you see? How can this be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what, stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell, oh fates, come, come, cut thread and thrum, quill, crush, conclude and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, hast thou lost me? Well, I and vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was, the fairest dame that lived, that liked, that looked, that loved to cheer. Now tears confound, outsword, and wound the path of Pyramus. I, that left path, where hearts doth hop, thus die I, thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tears, take thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die, die,
With the help of a surgeon, you may yet recover and prove an ass.
Sunshine is gone before Thisbe returns to find her lover.
She will find him by starlight, and her passion ends the play.
Sleep, my love? Not dead, my love. Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak, speak! Quite dead. Dead! A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These cherry lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cow's red cheeks are gone. Are gone, lovers make moan. His eyes are green as leeks. Oh, sisters, please, come to me with hands as pale as milk, let them in gore. For you are sure with shears his thread of silk. sword. And then my western broom. And Let's this be ends. Adieu.
And moonshine and lion are left to bury the dead.
I am all too.
The wall is down. The parted their fathers. Now, will it please your grace to see the epilogue, or to hear a burlesque dance between some of our company?
No epilogue. No burden. For your play needs no excuse. For when all the players are dead, there need none to be blamed. Marry. He that had written it had played Pyramus, and hung himself in Thisbe's garter. It would have been a fine tragedy.
Fine tragedy.
And so it was truly, and very notably discharged.
Notably discharged.
Leave your burgomaster and your epilogue alone. Thank you. The iron tongue of midnight have told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we may all sleep the coming morn. For as much as we this evening have all watched this palpably gross play, it hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity, with nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behows the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task full up. And the wasted bags do glow, whilst the screecher is screeching loud, as the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that all the graves gaping wide, every one lets forth their spirit in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run, like Tripolicate's team, for the presence of the sun, following darkness, like a dream. Now, a frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house, where I am sent with broom before, to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through this house gives glimmering light, by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite offers the light of virgin bright. And this ditty after me sing, dance it tripping.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will be, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all these couples three ever truly loving be. With this field dew consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and and each several chamber blessed through this palace with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet us all by break of day.
When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. You have but slumbered here whilst these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. For I am known as Puck. Now if we have our learned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, or else the Pucker lie a cold. So good night to you all. Give me your hands if we be friends.